Well, good Saturday evening, ladies and gentlemen. About 5 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the Midwest. It is a chilly willy this evening. Started raining. You know, I've been listening to many of the news reports all day, listening to a lot of what's going on out there. Boy, and I'll tell you what, we have a divided country right now. There is no questions about it. I'm going to quote something that Kristi Noem, she's the governor of South Dakota. Mr. Obama had 8 years, including 2, with full control of Congress. He sent our jobs to China, left our healthcare system in disarray, our foreign policy in shambles, and our people divided. Instead of blaming Trump, Obama should consider what led to 2016. I find that a very prophetic statement for the simple fact, right now, our country is so divided. And it doesn't, you know what, I mean, the people that support Joe Biden, they're going to overlook the pedophilia. The people that support Donald Trump, they're going to overlook the bankruptcies. They don't care. And when you talk, I talk to both sides. I talk to the people about Trump, and they straight up, they'll say it. You know what? We knew who he was going in. That's why we voted for him. We want something different. We don't want status quo. And the people, I mean, I'm sorry, but when you see someone like Senator Coons laugh while Joe Biden is fondling his daughter on the Senate floor, touching his daughter inappropriately, it makes you wonder what kind of individual that man is. I mean, that clip, it plays in my mind all the time. The child's eyes are big as silver dollars, and he's laughing. Her father's laughing. And that is where people immediately go. China, pedophilia with Joe Biden. I don't know what all China has on Joe Biden. I know they got his son by the short hairs. There can be no questions about that. They definitely got the kid by the short hairs. Biden report at alladayllc.com, alladayllc.com. Or I'm sorry, alladaymobilemedia.com, ladies and gentlemen. Alladay Mobile Media. I forgot my old website there for a minute. That was a mortgage service industry fraud website. We don't do that much in the investigations of mortgage field service industry fraud anymore. But a couple very interesting tweets, memes, if you will, today. President Trump hasn't answered a question from reporters in 17 days. That was Caitlin Collins, of course. She's with the infamous Counterfeit News Network. The response from Sidney Powell. He doesn't need to. He already decided to release the Kraken. He can sit back with his popcorn and watch the show. The most popular meme that has surfaced is a picture of Amy Barrett, the newest justice on our Supreme Court, holding the little tablet paper up. That's why I'm here. But let's talk for just 1 minute about, we keep hearing no evidence, no evidence, no evidence. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? This is what has been confirmed as of November 19th, 2020. Dead voters have voted. That has been confirmed. Corrupt tabulation software. That has been used. It's been confirmed. The Dominion executive is part of Joe Biden's team. That has been confirmed, his transition team. 28 states sent votes overseas for counting. That has been confirmed. Observers illegally removed from the voting, witnessing the voting tabulations. That has been confirmed. Mathematical possibilities, the Binford rule. That has been confirmed. Wisconsin shuts down at 3:42 a.m. 143,000 Biden ballot dump. That has been confirmed. 15,000 plus ballots miscounted in Georgia. That has been confirmed. More voters than people in a county. Confirmed. Fake signatures accepted. Confirmed. Whistleblowers alleging wrongdoing. Confirmed. Hundreds of sworn affidavits. Confirmed. Venezuelan ownership stake in the voting systems. Confirmed. Voting system processing parts from China. Confirmed. Voting machines vulnerable to hacks. Confirmed. People have been hacking them. They've been showing us what they can do on them. I don't know. So where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? I'm just going to throw something out here. We have two issues that this president has really focused on. Number one is not getting us in a war, and he hasn't done it. There's this clip here, the last 5 presidents, not the last 5, but you got Carter, Clinton, both Bushes, Bush Daddy, Bush, Georgie Boy Jr., and good old Barack. Between the 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, that's an average of 4 wars apiece, ladies and gentlemen, during their term in office. We got a guy that hasn't got us in a war. Could that military-industrial complex that we hear doesn't exist, maybe that comes into play? We also have another issue that people like Eliza Blue, Jenna Jameson, Sarah Serpa, Becca Dancer, these ladies all scream about it. They all are activists against human and child sex trafficking. And there have been massive arrests. Whether this part of the equation is true or not, I don't know. But there sure are a lot of dots pointing that way. And many people have been bounced from their social media accounts for saying so. But a lot of dots connect the Clinton Foundation to Epstein's Island. This is all happening under Donald Trump's watch. Why don't we, when you hear a report, 300 children, or not 300, I'm sorry, 27 missing children found in a basement in Ohio, 33 children found in an Arizona cave, or whatever. But when you hear a large number of children are found, you're not hearing it on the same people that are telling us this election has been fair and impartial. You're hearing it from people like myself, from the independent media sources out there. You're hearing it from newspaper sources that are not the New York Times, not the Washington Post, not the I hate Donald Trump, Orange Man bad people. Why? You don't hear a word. The people that are protecting Joe Biden right now, maybe that's an improper phrase, I don't know, just my humble opinion, but the people that are covering for him, maybe that's a better term to use, are the same media that do not report all these child abductions. Now, they don't report on all these missing children being found. So I'm not understanding what is going on. But I do know this. Since 1994, Black Americans have been pointing to a crime bill as an example of systemic racism. The Democrats not only nominated the guy who wrote and sponsored the bill, but now claim he has won the election. When you look at the rallies, ladies and gentlemen, I have clips in here of some of the rallies from around the country today. Some I took off my computer while I was watching them. Some have been sent to me that I've harvested, but I just don't know what to say. Now, I want you to get your tinfoil out because there's a slide in here. It's the green one. And if they arrange letters on some of the justices in a correct order, and you look at the states that their district, their circuit is what they call it in the courts. They call it a circuit, but when you look at the circuit that they oversee, those states happen to have some of the questionable activities going on in this election. And oh, by the way, when you arrange the letters properly, it spells out Kraken. I told you, get your tinfoil out. Get the tinfoil out. I don't know what to say, but that came to me today. I couldn't help. I had to put it in. I just had to put it in. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to run the clips. We'll be back in a few minutes. Here's the clips I got out of today just for you.
Good morning, Judge. Welcome to the blinding lights. Finding out what you mean when you say that you would apply the natural law philosophy to the Constitution is, in my view, the single most important task of this committee.
Senator Biden was very focused on natural law. How did that go?
Who knows? I have no idea what he was talking about.
I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here, that you and I know at least what we're talking about here. There's a fervent and aggressive school of thought that wishes to see natural law further inform the Constitution than it does now, argued against by the positivist led by Judge Bork. Now, again, that may be lost on all the people. You know and I know what we're talking about.
I have to be perfectly honest with you. You sit there and you have no idea what they are talking about. All I know is that he was asking me these questions about natural law.
Someone may apply it in a way, like Moore, who leads him in a direction that is, quote, liberal. You may apply it in a way that leads you in a direction that's conservative. Or you may, like many argue, not apply it at all. But it is a fundamental question that is going to be almost impossible for non-lawyers to grasp in an exchange. But you know and I know it is a big, big deal. And in conclusion,
one of the things you do in hearings is you have to sit there and look attentively at people you know have no idea what they're talking about. And it was fine. I understood what he was trying to do. I didn't really appreciate it. Natural law was nothing more than a way of tricking me into talking about abortion. Since many Catholic moral philosophers saw the two things as intimately related. But my interest in natural law was different.
Okay, folks, this is SEAL Team 711, and he has feeds coming from all over the country, out of Sacramento, Denver, Central Oregon Peacekeepers in Bend. I can't see some of the other places here. It's hard to read. Salem is another place that's coming in. CBS 46, there's a feed coming in on the top there. Eddie Block out of Sacramento. All these are going on simultaneously as the gentleman in the lower left-hand corner is speaking, that and he is basically saying, you know, look, we're all willing to have a debate. We're all willing to have a conversation, but let's sit down and have a conversation. Let's sit down and have a legitimate debate. So I sure wish I had a setup equivalent to this, because this guy rock and rolls here, man. Once again, this is SEAL Team 711. I let him know that I'd be stealing snippets from his coverage today to put in the thing there. I don't know that gentleman's name, but SEAL Team 711, thank you very large. I certainly appreciate your feed and allowing me to use your snippets for my production. We are in part 33, ladies and gentlemen. Part 33 of our series on the voter fraud series here. And it's just, it's insane. These are all patriotic people. You can see they are all peacefully protesting that this election has been stolen. And just to update a couple things, over 50% of the American population right now says the Democrats are either trying or they have stolen the election. 50% of Democrat people asked, over 50%, are saying they have stolen this election. It's like 70+ % of Republican people. The other key factor is there are reports starting to surface that Joe Biden may only have around 60 million votes total nationwide, while Donald Trump is well over 80 million votes. This was a landslide victory for Donald.
Every legal vote should count. So we have evidence in 3 states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada, where the law was not followed. I just explained also in Georgia. We have a recount that's going on in Wisconsin, and we're also looking into Arizona. And so when we talk about widespread systematic fraud, it's about these election officials that have completely disregarded the rules, and that is against the law. It's a violation of the Constitution. Only those state legislatures can set the law for how the elections are run in their state. When you have election officials that are completely disregarding that, and we have sworn affidavits of people who have seen not only voter intimidation, but these election officials telling them to count ballots in a different way that is against the law. And when you also have ballots being counted in secret, every American should want to know that our elections are not being manipulated. That's the point of this election integrity process, and we do intend to challenge that, and we believe that this election was stolen. We can prove that, and we have enough evidence in each of these states that when every legal vote is counted, President Trump clearly won by a landslide.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're back again with SEAL Team 711. This is Alliday Mobile Media. What I'm doing is I am bouncing around YouTube with grabbing the independent journalists out there and their coverage of the rallies around the country. And as you can see, SEAL Team 711, he's got it going on. He has Sacramento, this is Salem. I can only think Salem, Oregon, or Salem, Maine. I'm not real sure. Bend, that's in Central Oregon. CBS 46, I'm not real sure where that is from. But as you can see, there are people everywhere across the country. You can see some of the other places that I've done also down in Atlanta, Georgia. But people all over the country are, and they're peacefully protesting to get the message out that, hey, you can't do this. It should be noted that there are reports coming in right now that Joe Biden may only have maybe 60 million votes, while Donald Trump has gotten over 80 million votes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is huge in the big picture. That is really, really huge. People are saying Donald Trump won this election by a landslide. I personally think he has. When you see the support, you don't see anybody coming out to support Joe Biden like this. You don't see police officers backing him up or anything. What you do see is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on Twitter and in other social media places asking for money for their transition team. Do not give them money. It's a hoax. If they're legitimately elected, our taxes already pay for the transition team and the wages there. So they're asking for money they don't deserve at this time. SEAL Team 711. I don't know who this gentleman is down here, but I think the man very large. I will get him a clip of this somewhere. I'll tag him somewhere. But I did tell in his thread that I will be grabbing snippets from his stuff and using them throughout the day. Ladies and gentlemen, for Alliday Mobile Media, let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there, huh?
I have to get witness protection for them.
So you're gonna be able to show votes changing. I mean, we've seen the computers, the freeze frames on the TV screens of the votes changing, or on the computer screens. Are you going to have the actual the actual solid evidence that those votes were being changed by these companies?
We have a lot of extremely solid evidence. It's beyond impressive and absolutely terrifying.
And where are you going to file the first cases?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. We're working on several of them that we will probably file almost simultaneously, as close together as we can, and hopefully before the end of next week.
Well, there's only 3 days next week, right? Because it's Thanksgiving, so you'd have to move pretty quickly. Are you going to be state court first, right, or do you go directly to federal court?
No, these are going to be federal court lawsuits. These are issues of federal question, jurisdiction, and they're paramount to the very life, any future life of our republic.
I think there's a lot of things going on right now that people are not going to recognize without the use of discernment. So they'll understand more than what just they see at first glance. So the Supreme Court's being aligned. The Department of Defense was recently realigned by the president. Take a look at who he put in place: cyber terrorism and a terrorism expert. As I said, look at what he did in 2018 with the executive order to deal with foreign interference in our national elections. I think that, listen, in a perfect world, I'd like to see John Durham's report come out and people go to jail. I'd like to see the truth told about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and I'd like for a lot of people to go to jail.
Yes.
I'd like to see what's on Hunter Biden's laptop. I'd like to see those people go to jail.
Yes.
I'd like to see what's on Anthony Weiner's laptop. I'd like to see a lot of people go to jail. And then when we get to the final phase of the election fraud, I'd like to see a lot more people go to jail. The one thing I will say, there'll be an intermingling. There'll be people going to jail, I believe, who are involved in all of those or some of those same investigations. So there is potentially a great awakening. The truth has to come out.
Yes.
I believe it will. I do not think that you can hide the truth. I do say it, and I believe it. Every lie will be revealed. This country is going to be shocked when it learns the truth about who's been occupying the Oval Office for some periods of years. They're going to be shocked at the level of pedophilia. They're going to be shocked at what I believe will be a revelation in terms of people who actually engage in satanic worship.
James O'Keefe here in downtown Minneapolis at the scene of the crime. The person you're about to meet, Libon Muhammad, a.k.a. King Libon I, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Wajida gaarigaygu waa buuxaa. Waxaas waa absent ballot salka yaala. Soo ma jeedin. Fiiri, waxaas oo dhan soo ma jeedin. Waa buuxaa gaarigayga. Waa buuxa yaala. Waxaas kullu waa Jamaal Cusmaan way. Fiiri. 300 clear maanta soo dhacday oo Jamaal Cusmaan. Yeah.
There was video. You can see the video. There was a video out and about that he has the ballots in his car.
Right.
And talking about the only way you can win is with money. I was looking at them and they were not filled. They were blank.
Who is the one filling out the absentee ballots? People who work with, like Ilhan Omar. Where do they pay the money? The minute we sign the thing, the election, that's what you get paid.
Money is everything. Money is the key in this world. If you ain't got money, you should not be here, period.
At the end of this street,
yes,
there's 3 towers called Phone Towers.
Okay.
And it's all seniors, and they took every ballot.
Every ballot. They just take them from them.
Every single ballot. They knock on the door and say, your ballots, come give it to me, give it to me.
They don't even pay them for it. They just take it.
No. And the ones that didn't vote on ballots, the young people and the women and stuff, they were paying cash. They were getting bags of money the last 1 week here to drive people. So there's a vested interest, but we are victims of the system. They don't give a shit about any Somali.
2 in the morning, still hustling.
Who is the one filling out the absentee ballots? People who work with, like Ilhan Omar and other candidates who work for them. They came to us, to our apartments. They tell us that this year you're going to go for it. You don't go nowhere, you stay home, we will tell you fill up so your absentee ballot. When it comes, we'll come and get it. You just don't go nowhere, you stay here. They fill it for us.
I believe this is up in Minnesota. This is a live stream of one of the rallies for Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alliday Mobile Media, and I had never thought I would see anything this insane going on in this country in my life. Never. I'll keep you posted. I'm going to get footage from another. I'll keep posting footage from other rallies.
Hi, Rush. It's great to be here. I'm going to try to hold myself together, not get emotional here, but I want to harken back to your statement about Georgia.
Yeah.
And about the Trump voter.
Yeah.
And they should be very afraid, very afraid. Trump and you are all we have left, Rush. We've spent our lives voting for these people because they're not them. And we just can't do it anymore. We're tired of being stabbed in the back, Rush. It's better to have an enemy that's in front of you than a friend that's behind you that's just going to stab you. They do it every time. We have a Republican-controlled state, and they won't do an audit of the vote. They won't. They just basically told every Georgian that they don't care. We were in Washington on Saturday. Me and my 33-year-old son, we saw more people than we've ever seen in our lifetime, ever. And we're season ticket holders for the Ravens, for God's sakes. I've been in crowds of 80,000 people. I've been to Steelers games, for goodness sakes. I have never seen so many people, but were there any Republicans there? No. None. None. But
wait. What? There were no What was this thing that you went to?
A week ago Saturday in Washington, D.C., the mega rally. There must have been hundreds of thousands.
Okay, it's a MAGA rally, and you mean no elected Republicans? Is that what you mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Our party leadership, quote unquote, if this were a Democrat rally, they would all be there. They were there for the anti-Tea Party movement, walking hand in hand up the steps.
Yep.
No one stands for us, Rush. Only you and Donald Trump. God forbid, what do we have left? I love my president. I am not a revolutionary, Rush, but I will die for my president. This man has given more to this country than anybody, and he has no need to. None. He's a billionaire. He doesn't need this.
That's exactly right.
It's disheartening.
This is a clip from Right Side Broadcasting Network. It is coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. You have Alliday Mobile Media with your feed. This is being shown on YouTube. If you want to watch it, I'm just grabbing clips from my podcast this evening for episode 33 of the Voter Fraud series from Alliday Mobile Media. You can't hear this gal. She is saying that the reason they need to steal the vote is because they have such a peacefully diverse crowd and they cannot sell their socialist policies to this crowd. I'm going to cut this short here now, and I'm going to see if I can find footage from another city. They're going on all over the country today. Ladies and gentlemen, for Alliday Mobile Media, let's hope you have a great day. Let's all be safe out there, huh?
You'll find out. Revealing no new details about the meaning of this cryptic comment during a reception with military leaders and their spouses Thursday night.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
What's he talking about?
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of activity. A lot of activity today. A lot of activity. And I'm just going to let the last clip speak for itself. We'll see how things play out, won't we, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, this is Alliday Mobile Media. Support your local independent journalists, whomever you happen to like, whomever you favor. I could use a leg up. Pass me around. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. It's all good. If you can make a donation, hit the website and help us out. But just all I'm asking anybody to do, I'm not asking to. I'm not saying I'm telling you to change your mind or how you feel or anything like that. What I'm asking you to do is just look at the information that's out there. Process the information that's out there. If you can't see something's wrong, I throw my hands in the air and give up. I don't know what to say. But we have something wrong with the electoral process. We have something wrong in our government. And the government is no longer we the people. I'm going to start delving into the Constitution coming up here tomorrow. I have a little piece I'm putting together that I'll talk about that Bill of Rights and the First and Second Amendment and why they are so important. And it's really critical to understand why those two amendments are so important, why they were placed number 1 and number 2. That said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a great evening. Let's have a good night. Let's all be safe. For Alladay Mobile Media, it is Wa. We're in the studio. Like I said, it's chilly. It's been raining all day long. Let's have a great night. And let's all be safe out there, huh? Oh, before I go, thanks to everybody, Project Veritas, everybody that sent clips in today. I know I'm forgetting a couple of you, but I will catch up to you. You know I will. You know I will. SEAL Team 711, thank you much for allowing me to grab your stuff off the site and use it. Appreciate that very much. Let's have a great night, folks. And, of course, as always, let's all be safe, huh?